Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. I know things have been crazy as of late. I know another planet went into retrograde. I want to say Mars. I'm more than likely wrong, so correct me on the planet. I'll probably figure it out afterwards myself, but we are doing a viewer requested. To be honest, I do struggle sometimes picking what reading should I do, and I probably am not the only tarot reader that struggles what should I do next. But we are going to be doing a viewer requested. This one came in from Megan, and will they come back? If so, when? And I'll be honest, I'm not too crazy about timelines or time frames, but I am going to be doing it and adding a little bit of details if your pile is a yes. So if it's a yes, I will look into it. If it's a no, most likely not. Okay, so I have 3 piles for you guys to choose from. Pile 1 is the Gator, pile 2 is the Dove, pile 3 is the Piggy bank. Timestamps are in the description and in the comment section. Meet you guys at your pile. Hi pile 1, welcome to your pick a card reading. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. For those of you subscribed, as always, so thankful and grateful to have you guys here, regardless if you're subscribed or not. And today's reading is a viewer requested from Megan, and it's will they come back? So I mentioned in the intro, if it's a yes, I'll look into the time frame, and if not, I won't. So depending on what comes out, you guys, if it's a clear, concise no, because we all know how my tarot readings never go according to what I think is going to happen. If it's a clear no, like there's just no doubts about it that it's just them not coming back to you, then there's of course no point for me to even look into it. But I know sometimes the energies get a little mixed up, and sometimes it'll be a yes, sometimes it'll be a no, and I'll get 2 energies in one. So if that's the case, then I will still look into it. And of course, if it's a yes, I will. Now, with the timeline, the only thing is I'm not just going to give you a month. I'm going to give you what's going on in your life and then around the time frame. So I just don't want to be like, oh, you know, in 3 days, in a week, because so many times, I can't tell you just from personal experience, it's like, nope, that didn't work. That didn't happen in the time frame. But again, of course, these are general readings. But either way, I think it's kind of, it's different giving a time frame when it's a personal reading versus when it's a general reading, right? So either way, everything is sorted out. If you guys get a maybe or a yes, then I have specific cards that I have on the side that I will be shuffling during the reading. Let's find out. So you guys are the Gator pile. He kind of blends into this green and purple theme, I guess, I have going on. I wanted something different, so I'm always changing the layout. Oh, and by the way, no, you guys are not mistaken. This is upside down because it is a reverse card. It did jump out of the deck and came out in reverse, and that's how I took it. Okay, let's get your tarot cards out and see what we have going on. We have the 5 of Pentacles to begin with. The 7 of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. I think I'm going to move this. I think I'm going to move it. It's in my way. Let's put a different stone. Let's put some rose quartz, right? That's all about heart chakra and love. Let's put that up there. Alright, and let's get the clarifiers. We have the 4 of Cups, Temperance, Strength, Judgment. I am going to put out all the cards. I'm going to do it like the personals and just do that. We have the Snake, Chopwood, Honesty, Shift Your Focus, and the card that came out in reverse, Doubt. So clearly there's no doubts here. Alright, you guys, give me a second while I take a look. I feel like a lot of you already know the answer to this. And that's why this shift your focus and honesty is here. I feel like there's a need to be honest with yourself. The tarot, when I did the top row, to me it was a no. And as I'm going through the clarifiers, I'm also getting a no. And I think for a lot of you, there's someone else in the picture, and that's a big reason for why there's a no. So let's go through the cards and see what I have here. And I know this isn't what you guys were wanting to hear, but sometimes we need that little push to help us move along in the right direction so that we get to where we need to in life, right? And so the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, it's the Five of Pentacles, of course, definitely not one of my favorite cards, and I don't think for a lot of tarot readers and anybody who sees it, just the energy that you see off the image isn't something that is like the Sun card, of course, that is about happiness. This one is about kind of being cold and alone and just trying to find your way and lost. And the Four of Cups is about, to me, that's the pity party card. And whether, you know, if it's coming from you guys, pile one, and this is your energy, just this disappointment, most likely I kind of feel like it more so is. I feel like this person hasn't been there for you in the ways that you wanted to be there for them, and in the way that you've been there for them. And it is because there's someone else. Now, whether or not a third party person, the card itself says the other woman, you know, or the other man, take that how it resonates. But there's some type of interference here where your person is not focused on it, on you, on the connection. So there's that disappointment that, like, it's a lost opportunity. There's nothing coming out of this. And so the Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like you're waiting. It's like this hopeless waiting. It's almost like you already know the answer if you're honest with yourself. But you're still keeping hope. You're still trying to keep hope alive that yes, they're going to come back to you. That yes, things are going to work out with this. That there's some way to make this work out, even though there's something else going on the side, on their side. Because obviously, if it was your side, you wouldn't be, you know, wandering or watching this video, right? You wouldn't. The Queen of Swords is about cutting ties. It's about, she is the queen that is strong and logical and smart and intelligent, but she's also known as being the queen who is in separation, who's been divorced. And that was a big card to get, you guys. When I was putting down the cards, when I saw that, it was like, oh, you know, and I didn't want to say anything just yet, but I'm just getting a no. And what it is with the strength, it's finding the strength to finally cut away. This person, for whatever reason, you know, I don't want to say, oh, karmic or not, whatever the case may be, it's just, it seems like this relationship just wasn't meant to last longer than it needed to. Okay, and that's where this is coming in. It's where cutting the ties, having to find the strength to walk away, going separate ways. And that's what the Chariot is. Even though the Chariot is about success and everything, what I'm getting here with Judgment, it's about making the decision to move on. To move on with your life. Shopping wood, I feel, is more about cleaning up after, you know, it's like the mess that's been made and everything that's left over. It's like cleaning up your life, clearing the energy, however you want to put it, of this person. You know, if they have literal things, like if you guys live together, and it's cleaning up, you know, and getting rid of whatever belonged to them, or, you know, if they left stuff at your place, either way, it's all about cleaning up. The snake, we already went through it. There's nothing else, you know, to say other than that's the biggest reason of why. There's some type of interference. The other woman, it could be anything, but for a lot of you, it is going to be a third party. And the doubt, I feel like what Spirit's saying, give me 1 second. I was just getting something. It's no doubt because you honestly already know. You know in your heart, and you know what happened within your relationship. And that's really what the no doubt is. Not having any doubts. Don't doubt what your intuition, what your heart has been telling you all along. If you were thinking that there was somebody on the side and you just kind of didn't really want to believe it, Spirit's saying you need to be honest and accept the truth here. And that's what the Queen of Swords is. If she's strong and independent and she's not afraid to cut ties, but it is going to take some strength depending on how long you've been with this person. Regardless, anytime you invest in something, it's still going to hurt, right? So it doesn't change that. So pile 1, that's what I have. I'm just leaving it there. There's really nothing else for me to say. I just kind of wanted to go through the cards so you guys understood why I'm telling you no, why I see it as a no, why I'm taking this as a no, and not just because, oh, I need a no pile. No, it's just from what I'm getting here and right away with the tarot. Usually I wait until I get the oracle, but when I saw the first row of cards, this was enough. It's just like being left out in the cold, waiting, nothing happening, and it's like, okay, cutting ties and moving on. That's the 4 cards on top. I honestly, did I need these? No, but of course I like giving that additional insight for you guys. So that is what I have, pile 1. If you guys are interested in personals, again, I am going to be restocking the shop later today. The link to my shop is in the description box above. If you guys are interested, if you want to take a look. If this doesn't resonate, you are always welcome to take another one. But just be honest with yourself, okay? Depending on what you already know. It's a general reading. Let me know if it resonated. I know this one's a tough one, you guys. That's probably why I haven't done this reading before, to be honest. Because you guys know I don't like giving bad news. But just kind of what I was saying before, sometimes we need that push in the right direction, right? So that we get moving on our way to where we really truly need to be. And I hope that's what this at least brings to you, pile 1. Look at it that way. That's all I have. So subscribe if you're not already, and remember to click on the bell icon so you get notified when I post another pick a card. Thank you, pile 1. Take care. Hope to see you guys on the next one, or personal. Bye. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your pick a card reading. If you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. For those of you subscribed, welcome back to my channel. Glad to have you guys all here as always. So like I was saying in the intro, sometimes I do struggle picking a topic for you guys, and I haven't done this one before, and it's a viewer requested from Megan, and it's a will they come back, if so when. So what I was telling pile 1, if it's a clear no, then obviously there is no need for me to look into when, because that's just not even, doesn't make sense to, right? Pile, if it's a maybe, so if I see like yes and no energy, then I will. And of course, if it's a clear yes to me, then of course I'll do it. But the thing is, I don't like giving specific timelines. I don't want to say, oh, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or anything like that. I really don't, especially with general readings. And the reason is because then you are living on this time frame of, by this date, this person is going to reach out to me or whatever. And then that stops you from living your life. And that's not what tarot is meant to be. We are, you know, I'm here to give you advice. I don't know. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I just don't like giving you guys that specific of timeline. So that's why I kind of do a time frame. And then you don't even get a year anyways usually when I do it, so I can say it's this year or next year. But I'm going to be looking, if this is a yes or a maybe, I will give you guys a time frame, but also I'm going to be looking at what is going on in your life, so then you kind of have an idea of you're kind of on track for that to be happening and not just waiting for a specific month. So that's what we're going to do. And everything is sorted out. The only thing, so if it's a yes or a maybe, I have decks on the side, and I will be using them if need be to clarify and give you guys additional information for that time frame. But if it's a no, just clear no, then I'm just gonna end the reading there. Okay, let's get started and find out pile 2. Oh, let's move these cards and start with, I am actually going to be laying out all the cards, I think. We'll see. Pile 1, I ended up doing my personal reading way of doing it, and I'm gonna take a look and see for you guys. I'm not sure. Well, let's see what the cards show. Okay, 8 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. I don't know, maybe I'll have to get those cards out, you guys. Let's see. The 6 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit. I'm gonna get all the cards out, actually. Let's just do it. Alright, Kisses. To be fair, look at that synchronicity. It's like the scale in this card and then the scale in that card. Beautiful. You guys know I love my synchronicities. Hidden agenda. Success is yours. Well, I think that's a good indication of a yes, right, you guys? I think so. Self-sufficiency. Give me a second before I completely decide. Honestly, I feel like this is more of a hopeful situation for you guys, pile 2. And I kind of think yes. I think this is a yes. But we need to take a look at this hidden agenda card, right? Because that's kind of a little iffy, a little sketchy. And let's go through the tarot card. Let's go through all the cards and find out exactly what I am getting here. What I'm getting is that either you or your person, I feel like this is going to be mostly you guys, you walked away from this connection in some way. The 6 of Cups has been coming up so much lately. I cannot tell you how often I've seen this card. Even in the personals, this is one of the cards that comes up quite a lot, and especially for those of you that are twin flames. So yes, this probably might be your pile if you are one. The 6 of Cups is all about that reunion, the reconciliation, and it's like you walked away but they want to be back with you, right? The Page of Pentacles to me is the apology. It is the start of laying down that foundation, because for a lot of you that are in separation, you know, where you guys completely just broke it off, or you guys took like a break or whatever the case may be for you guys, that conversation, that first conversation is really going to be the deciding factor of whether or not is it where we continue on, where we try again, or is it where we're just going to call it quits after this. And I don't think so. I feel like this person is in the energy of just having so many regrets, having so much disappointment within themselves for what they did to you, for not being there in the way that you needed, if there was a third party, whatever the case may be, for whatever reason that they just weren't there for you in the same way that you were for them. I feel like this person wants to apologize for that. They feel guilty about it. There is that guilt, that remorse. So if that's something else you've been curious if your person has been feeling it, then yes, that's coming through. The Page of Wands, it's that attraction, that passion, that crush type feeling, and wanting to have you back in their life. They see you. You're the 9 of Pentacles. You have so much going on, that single, sexy, independent type of person that just kind of has it all, just kind of everything lining up for you perfectly, and even possibly having other options for some of you too. When I see the 9 of Pentacles on this deck, I always pick up on other options possibly too. And so there's a little bit of that fear of there's somebody on the side, or possibly that might be trying to entertain you, that so there might be a little bit of jealousy coming from your person as well here, but they are feeling that passion and desire for you and wanting to have you back in their life. And so the 6 of Pentacles, and that's about being fair, and that's about to be fair, you know, that matches up to, like we were saying before with the Page of Pentacles, how they weren't really there for you. Now they want to give back to you. Now they want to show you that they are someone who's worthy of being in a relationship with you, that is worthy of having your heart. And I think like your person with the Hermit card, I feel like they're trying to follow their intuition. A lot of them, they might be getting signs and synchronicities with the Hermit card here. But I also feel like they've really had to go within to be able to kind of change their mindset and how they approach this connection with you, in order to go from this kind of selfish me attitude to be like, no, I want to give to you. You are important to me. I want to, you know, be fair. I want to give back the same love that you give to me, kind of thing. So that's what I'm getting, and that's why I feel like it's a yes for you guys. And then we have kisses, you guys. I mean, unconditionally loving, giving, and receiving. So see, giving and receiving, so just a theme with you guys. It just, if you guys were, it was a one-sided connection before, they don't want it to be one-sided anymore. They don't want it to make you feel like you're the only one who cares. Giving and receiving affection, falling in love. That's a clear yes, just alone. And then success is yours. That's a yes. Self-sufficiency. And let me just take a look. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying God is my source and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. I feel like this person was so independent in the past, and that's part of the reason why they just felt like they didn't need you. But then once you walked away, it really made them realize your value, your worth, and how much happiness and joy and what you really brought to the table, what you are capable of, and how you made them feel compared to other people. So it's what was the phrase that I was saying? Oh, we're saying I don't need people. They're realizing, well, I kind of sort of need you. I want you in my life. And that's where I'm getting a yes. So congrats, first of all. It's a great outcome. But now I gotta go shuffle. So here's the thing, right? I said I was gonna do time frame, but the way that I'm doing it, I am going to give you guys a time frame, but I'm going to see what is going on in your life, pile 2, so that you kind of have an idea, like, oh, I kind of remember that, you know, like this, and this was going to be happening, and it's around this time frame. As long as it all starts matching up, lining up, then I feel like that's when you know that that's your time frame of your person coming back. So yeah, pile 2, you definitely are a yes. And I am going to be doing the live shuffle. I have 3 decks. 3 decks. I'm actually going to be using my tea leaf cards. I'll be honest, I kind of got a little creeped out about that one tea leaf reading. And for those of you who saw it, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, there was a reading where one of the tea leaf cards moved. And it was caught on during the reading, and it's crazy. I didn't feel anything. I did not even know that it happened until I went back and saw the comments, and I'm like, what are they talking about? And then I saw it. I'm like, oh shit. I did not see that whatsoever. But I've grown, and I've gotten a little bit more better about what energies I ask to be around me. So hopefully, but that's the main reason why I haven't used them. Other than that, and that they're just very, very tough to shuffle, I will show you guys so you understand. So we're going to start with tarot. And this is kind of like the personal reading vibe. This is me. And this is me telling the person, usually at this point, I'm probably going to go silent because I need to get my question worded correctly. Because if I don't word it correctly, it makes a difference. I've noticed that. And I don't want to word it incorrectly. And then I will let you know if I get anything in the meantime, but if not, I will shuffle the other deck and then do the tea leaves last. And the time frame will be very last, you guys. Alright, so don't mind me, just enjoy the shuffling noise. If not, go grab a drink or something. Okay, that one wanted to come out. Okay, this one came out. I'm taking this one in reverse. This is the 10 of flamingos in the deck, but it's actually the 10 of swords. Alright, alright. These cards want to come out. These cards are jumping out. So, I kind of like when that happens. Makes it better for me. Alright, too many. There's the one. Alright, here we go. Sorry guys, I cut out. I'm going to do the 5 cards that I normally do in personal readings. Oh. I mentioned it before. This card has been coming out a lot. But look, it's the Devil card and it's in the reverse. I like what I see. Let me get a Moon Oracle card. I think this is a big part for a lot of you. Surrender to the divine. I have something to say about that one, but I'm going to wait. And hopefully I don't forget. What I did want to say too is, for those of you who follow astrology or the moon cycles, that's something you might want to be paying attention to, because we have a hint right here, and then when I do the time frame, you're going to have more of a hint, but we'll see. This one is full moon. It's not, the other cards are usually like in one of the signs, like Aries or Leo, Aquarius, all that, but this one is just a full moon, so you're not even getting a full hint from Spirit, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You're getting full moon as your hint, and that's it. You're not getting a full moon like it's in this season or it's in that season. All right, tea leaf cards. So this, so you guys can see, I know this is going to be out of focus, but imagine trying to shuffle these, right? Well, imagine trying to shuffle all these cards. So this is the other reason why I don't do it, along with that whole little incident. It kind of got me a little, I mean, I'm kind of used to things moving around sometimes, but still, it doesn't take away from that little creepy feeling. And I'm just going to mix these up and see what other hints we have going on. I kind of have a good idea already with those, but I said I was going to use them, and I'm going to. We'll do 5. We have the bear, the bridge, the goldfish, a tower. A tower moment, pile 2. Okay. Lily, spiritual love. So what was I saying about you guys? Some of you might be twin flames. Some of you are just soulmates too. That's nothing wrong either. Either way, it's something a little bit more deeper than other connections, right? I'm just trying to sort these cards a little bit so they're not all in the way back here. And then we'll do the reading. But really, I feel like there's cycles that are going to be completing in your life. And there's a lot going on in your life, I feel like. The 10 of Swords, the 10 of Flamingos in the reverse. And that means to me like it's almost getting towards that end of it. But it's, at the same time, there's a little bit of resistance on your part. It's like not wanting to move forward from something. And this is not specifically just to this person. It's like what is going on in your life. And we have the Page of Peppermills. So it's, they might be kind of lingering about. You might feel their energy a little bit more. You might, but I also feel like there's a lot of excitement going on in your own life, because we have the 7 of Cups. It's the 7 of Hats in this deck. There's so much going on. There's so many things keeping you busy, so many ideas, stuff that you're thinking about. It's really keeping you excited. And then we have the 10 of Wands, or 10 of Peppermills in this deck. And the 10 of Wands is like having a lot going on, just carrying your load. I mean, you can see, right? It's just his hands are full of these peppermills. And you're just going to have your hands full with all these different things going on in your own life. So it's almost like your attention isn't even on this person, which is good, because that's when you're going to be in this stage of surrendering to the divine. What I was going to say, I'm going to save for a second. We have the Devil card in the reverse. I love it. I'm so tired of seeing the Devil card. I'm not going to lie. I see this card in almost all of the personal readings, almost all of them lately. And it's not, you know, it's all about the fears, insecurities, the addictions, everything. So whatever it is that's holding you back, whatever fears, whatever insecurities, whatever addictions that have been holding you back, you're finally going to be breaking free from it. And this is a very small if, for those of you that are in karmic situations, or if you have people around you that are trying to control your life, that are trying to push you to do one thing when you want to do another, I feel like you're finally taking control of your life again, pile 2. So it's not until you're really busy with other things, your mind isn't really too focused on this person, and you're breaking free, you're starting to come out and break these cycles. We have 2 10s here, and even though one's in reverse, it's still about getting to the completion of those cycles and starting again. The Page of Peppermills, to me, I always for some reason just want to associate it with the Ace of Peppermills, because the Page of Peppermills, it's that young and new type of energy, and that's what the Ace of Wands, sorry, I said Peppermills, but the Ace of Wands is about that new creative beginning, and really just stuff like keeping your mind flowing so you're not so focused on when are they coming back? Are they coming back? When, why? You know, why haven't they come back? All these millions of questions that you have. The surrender to the divine is big. You just have to trust in the divine. You have to just let things happen. It's something, I don't even know how to say it. I really don't know how to say it. The universe, the God, you know, whatever God it is you turn to, they are the ones in control. Period. We are not in control. If you want to go deeper and you want to talk about your plan that you agreed to, the plan that you agreed to, all these soul contracts, the people that are in your life, you know, don't you just ever wonder, you know, of all the people I met you, kind of thing. And not just regarding your person, but just people in general. There's a reason. There's a reason why. And you helped plan this. And it's up to you, though, to allow the divine to do things in the way that they're supposed to. The universe does not work on our timing, you guys. It doesn't. And that's something that a lot of people need to learn. You know, I've had to learn it myself. I'm guilty of it too. Let things happen in the time that they're meant to. And that's the other reason why. Because honestly, when I first read it, I was like, okay, well, I haven't done that reading. You know, when I read the suggestion, if so, when? My first thought, in divine timing, when it's meant to, though, I mean, it's not me trying to be a smartass about it, but it's the truth. It's when it's meant to happen. The fact that you know that you guys got a yes is very big. And again, this is a general reading though, but still, it's a yes pile. It's like we're never satisfied, you know? It's like, well, then when? Then this, and this, and this. It's like, no, be happy with what you have at first. So that's all I'm trying to say with that. But surrender to the divine. Know that the divine knows what it's doing a whole lot better than what we know, right? There's a lot more than we can't see. They see everything. We only see what's on the 3D and what some of us know in the 5D. And that's it. But surrender to the divine. So until that happens, until you're in that energy of like, okay, I'm pushing, you know, I'm stepping into the passenger seat, or I'm getting in the back seat and I'm letting the divine do it. And you're not trying to drive from the back seat too, okay? You can't be in the back seat and be like, I'm gonna control. No, you gotta turn here, you gotta go there. No, you just gotta keep living your life. That's all it is. To the rest of the cards, we have the Bear. Danger, especially in money matters. So I feel like, I mean, for some of you, maybe there's something, I don't want to say like really too dangerous, but maybe something going on that has you in fear. Maybe something that you're scared of. That, don't just think danger like, you know, this big explosion or anything. For some of you, I think this Bear is going to be associated with this Tower card. We'll get to the Tower card in a minute. But for financial reasons, you might be kind of, you know, if your money isn't where you want it to be, or you're spending a little bit more, or you're worried about your employment status and all of that, then that's something that's going to be going on. The bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. So it's kind of nice to go from that to that. So it's, you've had this moment of danger, but hey, you crossed the bridge. And that's that cycle. You're going from one point to this new start, and it's crossing that bridge. So that's those cycles completing and ending in your life. You'll know when you're there. The goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So for some of you, you've continued on your spiritual journey, you've ascended more, you've grown more, you're breaking free. That ties into the devil card in reverse so beautifully, honestly, because to ascend you have to let go of this 3D mentality. So for a lot of you, those two cards are very much intertwined, very much connected. And also for some of you, you know, you're just gonna have abundance. Like abundance is gonna be coming in. You're, you know, going from the bear to the goldfish. Beautiful. I mean, this is almost like your future reading pile too. You're going to be maybe struggling a little bit, but what Spirit is saying here, you're going from this bear and kind of like, you know, stay away from my money, and then you're like this beautiful goldfish, all happy just in your little, you know, castle or whatever inside your fish tank, you know, whatever case may be, or in the rivers, you know, I don't know. But it is a beautiful indication of what's going to be happening in your future as well. And the Tower, so solid foundation, success with effort. So to build a beautiful tower, you need a firm foundation. I feel like for some of you, there will be a tower moment, and this is going to really give you the opportunity to rebuild into something more solid, more stable, and kind of goes back to that goldfish too. For a lot of you, you're going to be transforming. You're really going to be in this growth period, which is beautiful. I'm very proud of you guys. You know, you haven't gone through it yet. I mean, I don't know, maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you are going through it. Sorry, it cut off on me. And this is where you are. So regardless, I am very proud of you guys. You guys know how much I just talk about growth and everything, and I feel like that's why I connect, or I don't connect with a lot of people too. But either way, and then the spiritual love card with the lily. And I think it may not be just in the literal, like, oh, your person's a soulmate. I think you're really connecting with the divine, with God, with angels, whatever it is that you connect with, and, you know, spiritually, that is going to, and I mean spiritually in a good way, you guys. I'm not talking about that one up there. I'm talking about, you know, the luminous part of the spirituality. So time frame. Okay, time frame. I know this is what you guys are waiting for. Time frame. And it starts from the first month that I pull out. So even if it's kind of like the end of the year, you know, when I put, say I pull a September and April. It's not April to September, it's September through April. Either way, you guys know. That's how it is. That's the time frame. Okay. First card, January. Not too bad, only a few months away for those of you that are going to be, you know, soon. Wow. January and February. So in the winter time, the year, I don't give you guys, like I said, I don't give you the year. It's when these things start to happen. And don't just start going on your spiritual journey just because of what I said here. It's really like all the rest has to line up too. It's not just one or two pieces. It's like a big combination. When everything in these cards start making sense to you and you're living the cards and it's like, oh wow, then that's when. I actually, just to give you guys an idea, I did these tarot readings online and I had saved them. And so of course when I read it, you know, it's like, okay, whatever. And a year later, I went back and I looked at these saved tarot readings. And I know this is my personal story, but just so you guys understand how it works. At the time, it was like, okay, cool, whatever. And didn't really click. A year later, I went back and reread them. Every single card made sense. I'm like, oh, yep, Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely that, you know? So it may not make sense right now at the time of the reading. That's why it's so funny. People expect tarot to be this, I don't know what they expect, like answers right here, then and there. It doesn't work that way. It's still in timing, real life 3D timing, even though we know it's all an illusion in 3D, but it's all in divine timing. But going back and being able to see, even at the time, it was like, okay, I didn't really understand. I mean, I understood it, but I wasn't living it. I've now lived through those tarot readings, and that's crazy. It's pretty cool too at the same time. So for those of you who do read your own cards, or if you do other readings online and you can save a journal, do it, because you don't realize how right the cards are, how right the universe and the divine is, until you go back and look at it. So even right now, if this doesn't make sense to you, it's just because it's not your story yet. But again, I always do personals if you want to get more specific, right? Because this is a general. Either way, January, February, don't know the year, you guys, but once everything else starts to line up, that's when your person will come back. But either way, it's a yes. Hope you guys enjoy the reading. Let me know if it resonates. If you guys are already living through some of this, then I would love to hear it. Like I said, very proud of you guys. It's not easy, but it is part of the journey, and I think that's why you guys are kind of pushed or guided to my channel, and especially if you get this pile. Very, very cool. All right, pile 2. That is where I leave you guys. Beautiful reading. Loved it. I hope you guys are well. Again, if you're interested in personals, I'm going to be restocking my shop soon, later today. So tomorrow, if you want to check back, for sure. I should have, I think, all of them that I want in there for my book. And that's all I have. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and click on the bell icon so you get notified when I post another pick a card. Bye, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to my channel, hello and welcome. For those of you that are subscribed, welcome back, you guys. It's always glad to have all of you here. So today we are doing a pick a card reading that was suggested to me. I believe it was Megan. Let me just double check. Yes, it was from Megan. And will they come back? I haven't done this one on my channel. Probably intentionally. But I feel like, you know, those of you who just need that confirmation of yes or no, and that's all. But of course it's a general reading. And just as a side note, because I said general reading, my personal reading, I am opening up my book. I'm going to be restocking my Etsy this, probably once I start editing this video. So by the time this reading is done and posted online, my shop should be stocked up for the most part. I'm trying to maybe add a few different readings, but I have to work on some of those. But either way, if you are interested, the link is in the description box and we can take a look. But other than that, everything is sorted out. So what I was telling the other 2 piles, it was, you know, is if your person is going to be coming back. If I see a no, then I'm not going to be looking into the time frame. If it's a maybe or a yes, because I said yes only in the intro, but if I see like a maybe, because sometimes the energy is split in some of these readings, and it's happened, and I know that because my readings kind of just do their own thing sometimes, or spirit has messages that I need to pass on that are a certain way, right? And so if it's a maybe or yes, then yes, I will take a look into the time frame. Now, what I was telling the other piles is I don't like just giving you a time frame. I'm not one of those readers who just wants to tell you April through March, or, you know, whatever time frame, or like it's going to be happening in 3 days, and in 4 days you're going to hear from this person. I don't like doing that, because it's general and it's so hard to give a time frame, because it's not going to be the same for everybody, especially if you and your person are not on the same page as much as the next person, you know. So maybe that message is meant for someone else, a time frame, but then, you know, you're kind of, I just don't like giving false hope or anything like that to you guys. So either way, if it's a yes, I have the months though, so I am going to give you a time frame, But I'm also going to be telling you, you know, we're going to see what's going on in your life specifically. So as long as those things start to match up, then you know, okay, this is when they're coming back. Let's get started, right? So quite a bit. If it's a yes, it's going to be an interesting reading. If it's a no, it's going to be a pretty short reading. So we'll see. And, you know, based on the timestamps, I'm sure you can figure out who was a yes and who was a no in this reading. So we have the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Swords. Okay, and let's take a look at the clarifiers. The Ten of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords. Wow. I think we have a yes pile 3. Let's get, I'm laying out all the cards all at once. So I guess I'm going to have to get my other cards ready. So, because I feel this is a yes. The Grim Reaper. Don't get too scared. I know he looks a little scary, but don't. Orphan. Oh, you guys are. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Karmic relationships possibly are coming up here. Some of you, this might be a divine connection, and that might be why the repeating the past is here. So this is, to me, the tarot is telling me yes. However, the oracles are telling me there's some growth that needs to be done here. That's why I'm picking up on karmic type cycles. So I mentioned divine connections because the twin flame connections can so much resemble a karmic relationship, because you guys are triggering each other, right? Through these mirrors. It's like you're showing me, you know, you see their image and then they see your, it's like they see themselves and it's like reflecting back to them, right? So I feel like this is a yes. But it comes with a little bit of a warning. So, not to get all scary. But we have the Grim Reaper, so what are you scared about? I said the Grim Reaper's not that scary. It's not. So we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is that loving and just emotionally, just, he is someone who's invested, who is comfortable with his emotions. He is someone who is very much about like self-love, right? We have love yourself here, but I think this is separate. It's not the same thing, and I'll tell you once I get to all this. But over here with the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups, it's like this person does have feelings for you, is aware that you just bring so much happiness and joy into their life. And I feel like with the King of Cups, he is a little bit, he's not as expressive with his emotions as the Queen of Cups, but he still has those loving feelings that he's comfortable with, and he's not afraid of those feelings. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Cups. So this is where those cycles were coming in. So yeah, it's like the movement, the wheel is turning. And we have the Eight of Cups. So this, it caused, one of the cycles caused a separation. This was a cycle that you had to learn, whether it was with a karmic or whether it was with your twin flame. There was a lessons that needed to be learned. This is where this repeating the past is coming through, and this is where I was saying about the cycles, and this is why it seems like something, there's more, there's just something that needs to be learned here in this relationship. We have the Five of Wands, and yeah, it's not the best card because you can see them basically trying to beat the shit out of each other and just not, you know, they're not getting along, right? So I feel like with you and your person, there's been cycles where there's been disagreements, there's been arguments, but we have the Six of Swords, and your person wants to get away from that. They don't want to be in that energy. They want to be in this Ten of Cups energy, but that's the energy that's being presented, and this is what's, you know, these cycles are leading to this. But they don't want that. They want the calmness. They want the love. They want the happiness. They don't want all this fighting and bickering and, you know, just disagreeing and all that kind of crap. And one-upping each other is what I was hearing just now. And then the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is someone who has a lot of anxiety, stress, possibly maybe some guilt here. But we have the Ace of Staffs, which is the Ace of Wands, which is a beautiful card. When you get that, that's about a beginning. And yes, so that was like a confirmation that yes, your person does want it. I feel like your person is just really heartbroken and just stressed out about their part in this connection and wanting this fresh start, this new beginning that will be, you know, more calm and loving and happy. And you kind of have the same energy on the Nine of Swords and the Orphan, just with that head down, looking down. And I feel like your person has been really heartbroken without you and just feeling that emptiness and loneliness that you bring to them. There's no Ten of Cups right now. And so with the Grim Reaper, the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. Grow and transform your life is what it's about. The Grim Reaper to me is the Death card. This is how I see it. It's a card that can be about transformation and grow and transform. You know, that's what it's about. It's about changing. It's about growth. And whether this person is your karmic, whether this person is twin flame, the bottom line is that you're meant to learn some lessons here. And more than likely your person is meant to learn some lessons too, because you guys keep spinning this wheel and wheel going down in the same direction. You keep spinning it, you know, down one path and act surprised that you keep ending up here instead of trying to go in a different direction, you know, towards the Six of Swords. That'll lead you to the Ten of Cups. It's that one quote about, what is it about, you know, is it about the one that says about the, like, you're crazy? Oh my, I'm never good about remembering the exact wording on quotes, but it's the one, madness is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting to get different results. It doesn't work that way. If you want different results, you have to change the game. You have to change the direction of it. And with the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, this is something that is, it's like a soul contract you had with this person. There's karmic depth, there is karmic lessons, whatever the case may be, however you want to title it. There's something to be learned from this person. But of course, I know, are they going to come back? Yes. But this is, again, with a warning. If you want it to last this time, do shit differently. That's the thing. Do things differently. Don't do the same thing. If you don't want to be walking away from this person, you know, think of a new game plan with them. Do things differently. Figure things out. What is this lesson that has to be learned? What is causing it? It's on both ends. Remember that. You can blame the other person as much as you want, but it takes two to tango, and you were there too. And that's, you know, it's just taking ownership. That's all it is. And that's the growth. It's learning that you had your part in it too, and you allowed something to happen. And even though it's not what you welcome and it's not what you expected, we all have our own part in it. And that's all it is. So loving yourself. Whatever your story is, whatever the backstory of why this separation happened, there's some love and growth that needs to be done. So it's like Spirit's like telling us, you know, yeah, your person's going to come back, but if you want them in your life for good, then you need to love yourself and stop repeating the past. You need to change directions, need to learn. Make it God's. Don't control the situation. That's what I'm getting. Don't try to control the situation. Don't get so anxious about all the details, you guys. Don't get so paranoid about everything. It only clouds your judgment, and you're only in that devil energy of the insecurities and doubts. Don't allow yourself to fall into that. Fall into this Ten of Cups. Just grow and let things happen the way that they're supposed to. Okay, so this is a yes, obviously. Like I said, I have cards on the side. I have my 3 decks. I am going to be shuffling, and then we'll do the time frame, because like I said, this is a yes. But it's almost like if this relationship is going to last is all dependent on you and the other person. I mean, that's in general, right? But I feel like Spirit's already giving you a heads up. It already went through one cycle. Stop repeating the past, and it can last. Alright, so I'm going to be quiet while I shuffle. I'm going to be shuffling live. Like I said, I didn't know if it was going to be a yes or no, so I didn't do this part. So let's see. So So it's interesting. We have the King of Cups, right? And then we have the King of Hats in reverse. Okay. Okay. Queen of Flamingos in reverse. Ah, the Lovers. Not in reverse. Not in reverse. So funny. I don't do reversals, and then the first two reverse. Reversed. Okay. None of these want to jump out for you guys. Look at that. We have the Nine of Oysters, which is the Nine of Pentacles in traditional. I'm doing 5. And this is what's going on in your life, though. That card, you guys. Every reading. Every reading. Every reading. Okay. And let's do a moon. I'm going to do Moonology. We'll just pull one Moonology card. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. This is what I was telling the other pile. The other pile who got it. It's like you're gonna know, like the new moon eclipse is a hint. I don't know when that's gonna be. So if you guys know, I don't know. But usually, you know, with these cards, it's like it has the zodiac sign included, like new moon in Aries, new moon in Sag, and full moon, you know, in Cancer, whatever. And the two cards that have come out are not even mentioning that. So it's like Spirit's giving you a little hint, but not a lot. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab the rest of the cards and I will continue this reading. Okay, so I have the rest. I'm going to show you. Do I want to get those yet? Yeah, let's go ahead and get those out. I just wanted to say, I was telling Pile 2 the whole story. I don't use these too often after that one reading. And also because, look, that's a lot to shuffle. And they're round, so it doesn't help. So I'm just going to put these down here. I'm going to grab 5. Grabbed 2 already. We have the grasshopper, the rabbit, the cup, the nest, and bow. Okay, I'll put that here. I don't like, you're going to be in this not so positive energy. Pile 3 is what I'm getting in your life. The King of Hats, the King of Cups. So again, he's very reserved and very in control of his emotions, but with it in reverse, it's like he's the complete opposite. So you might be a little bit more emotional, but you might be a little bit cold. You might be a little bit pessimistic, especially with this Queen of Flamingos, the Queen of Swords in reverse. She's already known for kind of being the bitch of all the queens, because she'll tell you how it is. She'll speak her mind. She doesn't really give a shit. She is herself, and she's all about protecting her energy. She's a little bit defensive, and I feel like with it being in reverse, it's just, you know, just not where we want it to be. So I don't feel like you're going to be in the best of energy. You might be a little bit down, a little hopeless, not as hopeful. I feel like it's just, I don't know, you might be a little, just like I said, a little bit extra emotional and cold, and just kind of not, I don't want to say out of control, but things are just kind of, you might be feeling very overwhelmed emotionally, right? And then we have the Lovers. So I feel like you're at a crossroads. There's going to be some type of a crossroads that you're at in which you have to make a decision. So the Lovers, of course, I know we have Tweedledee and Tweedledum as the Lovers. The Lovers, of course, usually is that spiritual connection type of card, but it's also about having to make a decision. And that's what I'm getting here. Like, I feel like you're going to be at some type of a crossroads in your life. And that might be contributing to why you're in this energy of like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to go through this? So you're kind of bitter, a little bit bitter, a little bit angry, you know, and it's causing all these kinds of emotions, and I feel like you might be triggered easily during this time as well. And we have the Nine of Oysters, which is the Nine of Pentacles. So you're going to be, you know, in this independent, single, still energy, but you have everything going on for you. The only thing that I don't like, of course, is the Devil card, and the Devil card, of course, is about those lower vibrational energies, the addictions, the insecurities, the doubts, and I feel like those might be getting the best of you. It might be clouding your judgment so bad and making you forget, and having to make this decision, making it a little bit harder. So it's going to be this energy. I know it's probably not ideal and not exactly what you want to hear, but let's get to the rest of the cards, right? We have the Grasshopper. I can't read it, sorry. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. So yeah, there's some type of situation here that you have to make a decision about, and I feel like it might be causing a lot of anxiety and stress, and that's connecting up there. Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. So for some of you, I mean, maybe not all of you, but for some of you, that's where that Devil energy is. There might be sexual addictions, and this is pertaining to you. So I don't know, maybe, you know, you're waiting for your person to come back and you're doing other things on the side, you know, hopefully carefully. But I just feel like there's just too much going on there. There's something that needs to be broken with that cycle. The Cup, you should accept valid criticism. So you might feel like the world is against you, and that might be why you're extra, like, kind of, I mean, just saying it, a little extra bitchy about things, and just kind of a little cold, like, who asked for your opinion? I didn't ask for your feedback. You know, you're gonna just have like this attitude. I feel like you're just gonna be in this attitude, and you're kind of not gonna want, it's like, oh, I just had the phrase that I was gonna say. The way that you're expressing it, it's like your inner child is unleashed and you're just exploding on everybody. But then when you're alone, you're just breaking down, you're crying, you're almost losing it, you're having just these meltdowns. And you just, when this happens, you guys just breathe. Try to breathe, try to meditate. I know it's easier said than done in a lot of these things, but it's all we can do. A nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So maybe there's a situation that involves your family, something is going on, maybe something with your home life, because we are talking about nest. So maybe you're moving, maybe there's a decision of having to move. For those of you that are my younger audience, who my teens who watch the channel, maybe it's about having to move off to college. I really don't know how it's working out, you know, with everything with Corona, all this stuff, but leaving the nest, you know, growing, or just changing homes, whatever it is, something like that. I feel like it's really something about your foundation being changed, and it's something that is stressful and causing a lot of worry. And then the bow, you're highly thought of. So I think when you see a bow, whether you see someone wearing a bow like that, or there's an occasion where you have to wear a bow, for the ladies, if you have to wear a, you know, one of those beautiful formal dresses or a prom dress, and there's something about a bow, possibly it's kind of like a sign. I feel like this one is more of a sign, like you're actually going to see it, and everything else is actually like an event or what's happening, right? And then expect powerful change. So yes, there's something powerful going on here, pile 3. You guys just breathe. I know it's a lot to take in. Just breathe when it happens. So let's get your time frame, and it begins from the first month. And of course, I do not do years, you guys. So once this all starts making sense, and I'll tell you my story that I shared with the other pile, it'll hopefully help. September. So we still have, as of this reading, 4 days left in September. So for some of you, maybe soon. It could be September next year. So the next month, March. Okay, so September through March is your time frame of when your person will come back. Now, with all this, it seems Some of you might be going through it because we do have September. Some of you may not. Even though it doesn't make sense right now, doesn't mean, you know, it can't happen. What I was telling one of the other piles is I did some tarot readings on myself, and I had saved them online on a website, and it wasn't, I completely forgot about it. You know, when you do it, you're just like, okay, cool, save. So I went back just, I think this past week, and I was just on their website, and I went through my saved readings, and I cannot tell you how much it made sense. So while I was getting the reading, it didn't all click. I mean, I understood what the cards meant and everything, but it wasn't until a year later that I could say, I lived through that. That happened. That is, you know, this happened, that happened. It all made clearer sense. Like, it's an overall, I don't know why I wanted to say synopsis, a summary of it when we do these. But then when you actually live it, it's like, wow, okay, this makes sense even more so. Now I get it. It makes sense. Now I understand why I had to go through this. Now I understand how I got from point A to point B. At the time, like right now, I know this seems kind of like a lot. It is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot. So you're gonna have to breathe through this, you guys, when it happens. It is a general reading though, but I feel, you know, I feel like parts of it might be a little bit more specific. Even if it's just moving away from home, or changing homes, or changing countries where you live in, or cities, states, whatever this is about. When it happens, I mean, some things, you guys are kind of getting a tower moment, really, with expect powerful change here. Something is gonna happen that's pretty big to you, that again is shaking the foundation that you're used to. It's getting you out of your comfort zone is also what I'm getting. The other thing I want to say too, well, I remember quickly, the new moon eclipse. So if it falls between September through March, that might be another hint for you guys. But really, it's when all of this starts to make sense. Okay, so even though it doesn't make a lot of sense right now, and it seems kind of scary, and it's like, you know, I don't want to go through that, just breathe through it. Life is not meant to be easy. That's what we all forget. Life isn't meant to be easy. Yes, we can make it as good as we want to, but we're still going to get those tower moments. We're still going to get, you know, those life-changing events that are going to happen no matter what. We can't avoid it. It's just how it is. So pile 3, yes, but if you really want this to last forever, there's growth that is needed on both sides. Remember to love yourself, because when you know how to love yourself, then you truly understand what it means and what it takes to love another. And it's only fair that that other person can love you at the same level that you can. And to avoid repeating the past, to avoid another separation like this 8 of Cups, focus on the growth. I know it gets tiresome, it's frustrating, probably tired of hearing us talk about healing and growth and all that. But once you let your ego kind of shut itself up, you'll understand and you'll start to see that bigger picture. So pile 3, I hope this made sense. If you guys are interested in personals, like I said, I'm going to be restocking the shop. Some of them should be in the shop by the time you view this today. If you view it tomorrow, then of course don't worry about it. So mainly for those of you who watch it today on the date of the release of this reading and video, whatever you want to call it, let me know how it resonates, you guys. I love hearing your feedback. Of course, any negative shit I do no longer put up with. I'm just saying. Appreciate all of you guys that are mature enough. Thank you guys for your positivity. It truly means a lot, and I think that's it. So subscribe if you're not already. Remember to click on the bell icon so you get notified when I post another pick card. Thank you, pile 3. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye.